All right, good morning. Happy Friday, guys. I know it's been a long week. Um, I was going to teach a new lesson today on 13.2, but I decided not to. I'm going to give you time to just work to try to get this straightened out because the exponential decay and the E number in 12.2 and 13.2 and 13.3, it's all the same. So I felt like if we spend more time on this, things later on will be easier. So I don't know if I mentioned this yesterday, but there's problems on the sheet that I assigned that has the E number. I haven't taught the E number. Did I tell you that already? Yeah, so we're going to hold off on those problems until later after 13.3. I think it's period 3 that I didn't tell. So I sent them a remind message about that. Also, I'm going to take any questions you have with exponential growth, but I do want to say something real quick. Just put myself. All right. So last period, there was a team doing some online problems, and they were asking for the y-intercept for f, and it was plain to see that it was 0, 0, up 1. But on this one, you see how it's not clear that it's 0, 0? So I told the team, just put 0, 0. And I knew that I could have been off. And the computer actually did mark this wrong. And so the answer for the y-intercept was actually pretty exact. It was 0.001, which is really close to 0, but it's not 0. So what I wanted to tell you was graphs are very inaccurate. Even the graph paper is inaccurate. And so the only way to really tell a y-intercept is to put the function in the calculator, in the equation editor, and look at the table. So when you go to the table, you're going to look at what it's saying for 0. And in this case, it was saying 0.001. So if you can see the graph and you can see that the y-intercept is 0, up 1, fine. If you can't really see it, you do not want to do what I did and just say, oh, 0, 0, close enough. Because on the evaluate, it did mark it wrong. And that's not crossing at 0, 0. It's a little bit above it. And sure enough, if you looked at the table for the function on the calculator, it did show the y-intercept at 0.001. All right. So just make sure you're using the calculator for things that aren't clear. All right, now, does anybody want to ask me any questions on exponential growth?
I just want to ask a clarifying question. For
Yeah.
an exponential growth, it has to be greater than 1, right? It can't be equal to?
No, it
Oh,
can't.
okay.
It has to be greater than 1. 5 over 2 is greater than 1. That would be exponential growth. 3.5 would be exponential growth. 7 1/4 to the x would be exponential growth. So it has to be greater. The parent has to be greater than 1. And then in the next lesson, your parent is going to have to be between 0 and 1. So it's going to have to be a proper fraction between 0 and 1. So this is going to represent exponential decay. And when we get into 13.3, the E number is like pi. It's equal to about 2.7. And so that's going to be exponential growth again. All right, anything else? All right, so you're going to have a lot of time in the Math Wizard teams today. The main thing is a few things. First of all, I am here, so if you need help, please ask. So now is the time to get things cleared up, number one. Number two, this assignment is requiring a lot of algebra from you. And so it's kind of hard to fake your way through it. I mean, you've got to know exactly what you're doing when you're writing the equations because it is requiring a lot of algebra. So if you need help, make sure you ask me. Also, I want you to attend to precision. I do want to make sure that I want you to show your work a lot today. So don't be afraid to hold your papers up and show your teammates your work. We're really focusing on precision, process, algebra, and making sure that we're able to work and drive through a problem through the process. All right. All right, any questions? It does not matter. I don't care what you work on. You can work on the practice AB. You can work on the assignment in the book, or you can work on the online stuff. The only thing is you have to agree in your team what you're going to work on. All right, and then call me in if you need help. All right, so today class is over at 12:10. So we'll be back here at 12 in WebEx in case you have any questions about anything or if I need to clarify anything. All right. All right, I'll see you in your teams. All right. So I don't have a whole lot to say, so if you have questions, you can ask me, but for this practice AB, I have a note saying important problems that were on the final last year. And so make sure that you know how to do 7 and 8 and you remember that exponential growth formula. I don't know if these problems will be on there, but they were on the final last year from the district. All right, anybody want to ask me any questions about anything? Okay, just a word of caution again on the evaluate. Be careful of looking at answers. Just work the problem and then select the answer that's correct. I just really want you to be in the habit of working the problems so that you're not second guessing yourself. So anybody want me to work a problem or anybody have a question about anything? All right, well, just remember on 6, 7, and 8, if they ask you to find the annual sales after 5 years, they're giving you the time because isn't years time? So wouldn't you put in number 6, wouldn't you put in 5 for T wherever you see it? So you're actually computing a functional value, f of 5, and that you're not doing a graph or anything. You're just putting that straight in the calculator. 600, your 650,000, but you got to do the inside first. It'd be 1 plus 0.04 to the 5th power, and then times 650,000. So that's just a straight computation on the calculator. So make sure you're reading what they want. If they want you to find time, you're going to solve an exponential equation. If they give you time, you're finding y. Right? So. All right, any questions? All right, I hope you have a fabulous weekend. Have a great weekend, okay? And I'll see you next week. For those of you who are finished or want to get started, the exponential decay, it's real similar. I haven't even decided if I'm going to teach a lesson because it's almost the exact same thing, except instead of it increasing rapidly, it's decreasing rapidly, but the lesson looks almost identical to 13.1. So, all right, you guys have a great weekend.
Great weekend,
Have a
Miss
good weekend,
Bridge.
Miss Bridge. Bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye, Will. Bye, April.
Bye, Miss Burge.
Bye, Leslie. You guys have a good weekend.